Another day, another frenemies drama update. What's up, guys? Today, we're talking about this never-ending frenemies drama because Trisha Paytas actually apologized to Ethan, and Ethan responded. It's a mess, so let's get into it.
Exposed. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
So, here we are again talking about the downfall of frenemies. I'm pretty sure frenemies is done for good, and it's actually been replaced with families. In my opinion, families is like way better, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way because each episode is getting millions of views. Ever since the back and forth drama died down between Trisha and Ethan, I think Trisha started to realize what they truly lost. Or maybe they just realized how big their 45% cut actually was. Trisha started their own spin-off podcast called Enemies, and it's not the best. Trisha's first episode was about Jeff Wittek, Gabby Hanna, and Ethan, and they literally just rambled on and on and on. Like, normally I would try and summarize it for you guys, but it was pretty bad. Here's what people had to say. This isn't a podcast. This is another one of Trisha's rambling, unorganized, stupid rant videos, except wearing full glam. The production quality of Enemies is exactly what you get when you take 5% out of frenemies. Trisha's first episode actually caused a lot of drama online. Jeff Wittek didn't like the fact that Trisha was talking about him, and he went off. He responded to Trisha's video saying, "You're 40 years old. Get your life together." I'm guessing Jeff is getting a little bit more bold because he knows frenemies is done and Trisha isn't really that popular anymore with the general public. Anyways, a few days ago, Trisha did a live stream and said they took time for their mental health, got outside, and ate better all week, which made them feel like they were in a better headspace. The next day, Trisha dropped an apology video to Ethan. Trisha starts off by saying this video is something they wanted to do for themselves, Ethan, and everyone involved in the situation. Trisha prefaced the video by saying they've been taking care of themselves and working through what happened with a therapist, so it really helped them see the fight and the big walkout more clearly. Now, Trisha said normally they feel like they're also owed an apology in situations, but recently they saw a video from another creator who also thinks the same way, and it made Trisha realize how miserable they sound. I'm guessing this creator is Gabby Hanna. Gabby made a whole video saying how she felt like Joey and Daniel owed her an apology in exchange for her apology to them, and it just came across so entitled. A lot of people have been comparing Gabby to Trisha recently, and we all know Trisha doesn't like Gabby, so I really think that's making Trisha take a look at themselves. Trisha says they're really sorry for breaking Ethan's trust by sharing the private text messages. They claim they posted their personal text messages because they were in a manic state after being rejected by Ethan and the crew. They said even though losing the show really sucks, losing the friendship with Ethan and the relationship has been even worse. Trisha admits they should have communicated better with Ethan about the issues they were having instead of holding on to everything and let it build up and ultimately boil over. Trisha thought maybe they should call or text Ethan to apologize, but said they thought maybe that would make things worse by pushing Ethan to talk about things before he's even ready. Trisha also apologized to the frenemies and H3 staff. They admit the way they communicated their wants was extremely disrespectful to the staff and crew. They said it was never their intention to attack the crew in that way, but they can also see how it came across that way. Trisha then jumped back to what recently came out about Gabby Hanna and how she treated the crew on Escape the Night. Trisha said they pride themselves on how they treat their staff, and after seeing what Gabby did, they never want to be known as that type of person who's rude to staff who are just trying to help them build their projects. They said they're embarrassed at how they treated the crew on frenemies, and they're truly sorry for that. At first glance, Trisha did sound kind of sincere, until that was interrupted with 11+ mid-roll ads on an apology video to their brother-in-law. Kind of ruins the apologetic vibe, doesn't it? Trisha's apology video currently sits at 23,000 dislikes, and the comments definitely reflect that number. Nothing says I'm sorry like a monetized apology. Trisha making an apology and spends most of the time talking about herself. How predictable. 39 minutes of feeling sorry for yourself and playing the victim? I wonder how she'll feel if Ethan says he only accepts 5% of her apology. After Trisha posted their heavily monetized apology video to Ethan, this week's episode of Families came out, and it was about Trisha Paytas and Gabby Hanna. Obviously, this was pre-filmed before Trisha's apology video, so Ethan's mom, Donna, had a lot of tea to spill about Trisha.
I mean, this girl, Gabby Hanna,
Yes.
reminds me, am I allowed to say
whatever
the
you
name
say whatever's in your
of
heart.
the girl who must not be
It
named?
can be named.
She reminds me so much of Trisha.
Wow.
The two of them are just two peas in a pod.
In what ways are they similar, would you say?
Drama, lies, fabrications, just causing problems and setting people up, basically, to make their lives miserable.
Wow.
And I mean, she's not wrong. People in the comments were just predicting when Trisha was gonna go off about Donna's comments. Oh, Trisha is not gonna like Donna's take on her similarities to Gabby. Trisha definitely isn't going to pass over at Donna's house again. Anyways, during yesterday's episode of Off the Rails, they did a 20-minute segment on Trisha's apology and whether or not Ethan accepts it. Ethan said Trisha is someone that he considered family. He confided in them, he was friends with them, he opened up his home and his YouTube channel to them, and they went and betrayed his trust by sharing those private text messages. He feels like Trisha was actually trying to ruin his life and his business. Ethan said Trisha was liking bad tweets about him and bringing up things from his past to try and paint Ethan in the worst light possible. He also thinks the video that Trisha's sister put out talking about the 5% in Disneyland was a product of Trisha and the family talking badly about Ethan.
He takes that 5%.
Even though Trisha tried to say they can't control what the sister uploads and says, the overall message was put into the sister's head by Trisha. Ethan also says he knows Trisha never said word for word, "I want to fire the crew," but they heavily implied that. They said Ethan only hires fans, they aren't professional, and they aren't comfortable being around them, so they needed to hire a whole new crew in order for frenemies to continue. He also didn't like the fact that he had to sit through 10 mid-roll ads just to get his apology. He said Trisha never once reached out in private to him and instead posted this heavily monetized video. Overall, Ethan said that he appreciates the apology, but at the same time, he doesn't think it was the most personal and meaningful apology that they could have given to him and his crew. Ethan also didn't like the fact that Trisha used this supposed apology to Ethan as a way to talk badly about Gabby Hanna. This video was supposed to be an apology video, not a "let me try and convince you I'm not like Gabby Hanna" video. After this video went up, Def Noodles reported on it, and Trisha saw and responded on Twitter. I respect and am fine with him not accepting my apology and everything he had to say, but bringing another family member into it who asked not to be brought up is not fair, and this part is 100% untrue. I stand by my apology, and I respect his feelings and where he's at. I just would like to clarify, I did personally apologize before the video came out. I crossed out everything to respect his privacy, but I felt like it was important to show the day at the top when I sent it. And then Trisha attached a private text message which said, "I actually made an apology video to you, but I wanted to say it to you, just not sure where we stand. I'm sorry for breaking your trust by screenshotting our conversations. I'm also sorry I couldn't communicate to you properly. I feel awful. I always do. But this is truly terrible. I have a clickbait thing coming out tomorrow, and then I wanted to post the apology Wednesday. I just want to say my issues were with Ethan. Any family members of his that want to be public are allowed to say whatever their feelings are about me. That's fine. But for those who have asked to remain private and not be mentioned, I wish he would respect that." Deleted the tweets. I do want all this to be over, and I won't make any more responses on any platform regarding the situation. Honestly, I hope Trisha stays true to their word and actually doesn't respond any further. They posted a public apology, and Ethan reacted publicly. The rest should probably be handled offline since frenemies is done and all that's left is their personal family relationship. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button because it really does help my channel, and I'll see you next time.